Okay, in this last little clip, we're going to have a look at importing an IGES file. An IGES file, or any file, if you like, of that type, can be imported into SolidWorks, so we can work on it. So if I click on Open, I'll just show you what I mean. So you see there are standard SolidWorks files. If I click on that little box and select IGES file, you'll notice that there's a few other parts in here. Depending on which system the model you have to work on is kind of originally produced on, but if we kind of save, if we save it as an IGES file, we kind of select it from here, and go to my desktop. There's one waiting there for me somewhere. And there it is, legacy data. So click open to that part, and we're going to convert it into a SolidWorks part drawing. So select the standard part and click OK. And it says, do you wish to run imported diagnosis on the part? Click yes to that. And down here there's a few errors kind of coming on, faulty faces and that, and click on the attempt to heal all button. So if I click on that, you can see it kind of does its best to heal. So if I click OK to that. Now, it says, do you want to proceed with feature recognition? Now, sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't on parts. It depends on the system and depends on how complicated the part is. We're going to say no to this for now, but you might kind of try that later on, actually proceeding with feature recognition. You'll see that it actually gets quite a few of them, but it kind of creates a few problems in places. But it gets pretty much most of them, I think, on this particular part. It's not too complicated. So you probably get away with this. But let's say we were working on a complicated part and you weren't really getting away with it. If you click no to feature recognition, you see the part kind of just has one feature here, so it's just an imported part, and you would think there's not an awful lot we can do with that. But if we have a little look at say the front plane, and just to give you an idea of some of the things you can do, if I create another plane off that front plane, and just if I pick a vertex along that point there, oops, sorry, do that again. Reference plane, so it's front plane, second reference then is my vertex point. It's more like it. So I click OK to that, I get a new plane sort of coming through square on like that. So what we can do then with that is we can kind of go ahead and split that part. So I cut the part of that plane, and then let's say we're going to save. Oh, I didn't save my part before I cut it, so okay. I'm going to X out of that and save my part. So you need to save your part before you go doing anything like this. So I'm going to save it to the desktop. Call it legacy part. That'll do. Now I should be able to split my part again using the plane 1. So you can see here in trim tools we've selected plane 1 is pre-selected. So cut part, and now we should be able to just double click on that and save body 1. We'll leave it at body 1 and leave that one as body 2 and save the two of them out as body 2. Click OK on that, and it does its work and generates and creates the two parts and gives us back our original imported part with our plane and just splits. So there's very little kind of in the way of features, but you could go ahead and kind of create lots more features on this, cutting it and doing whatever you need to kind of do with it. If I go into the window just to show you, we've got body 1 created and body 2, which is the other one, created also from that. Okay, but we really just want to modify this one. So if I click on this, now that this is a split part, if I click on this and say move copy bodies, so bodies to move, so let's say we had to kind of modify this for some reason or other, and then pop in my mates. So let's say we had to flip this around, so click on that face and that face, and just do a flip around on my mate alignment, click add on that, goes way over there, so we have to line it up again. So this face and this face, and those edges are lined up now. Add that, and then finally maybe just pick that edge on that to line up with that edge, and add that one in, and click OK. So now we've got this, our little split part back, I can kind of get rid of that plane now, just hide that plane there. Okay, and you can see my part. And then finally all we'll have to do just to get it back as one part is combine the whole thing. So add, and just select all of it. And you get the two bodies and combine them in. And they become one combined body again. And it's modified to maybe some new design that design intent we have. So you can see all we did was really flip this end around. So although you might kind of think there's not an awful lot you can do with an imported part, you can still kind of do a little bit and play around a little bit with them if you use your imagination. Okay.